Today, I want to help you reset your leadership by decluttering your life, renewing your mindset, and activating your alignment. And I'm using my CEO of My Life framework to walk you through exactly how to accomplish it. Let's have a real conversation today. Because if you're a CEO, a leader, a business owner, or just someone trying to hold it all together, I know what it feels like to be in motion, but not making real progress. You see, I'm Phildra Swagger, CEO of Combined Expertise. We are a coaching and consulting firm helping nonprofit leaders, business leaders, entrepreneurs have greater impact in their revenue and with their team. See, you've got systems, strategies, and spreadsheets, but still something feels kind of off. It feels heavy, like you're grinding, not growing. That's not a strategy problem. That's a clarity problem. And clarity is not a luxury. It's a foundation of success in life and business. But let me take it a step further. Most of us aren't stuck because we don't know what to do. We're stuck because our minds and spaces are cluttered. We can't even hear ourselves think sometimes, like let alone dream. Today, I want to help you reset your leadership by decluttering your life, renewing your mindset, and activating your alignment. And I'm using my CEO of My Life framework to walk you through exactly how to accomplish it. Well, let's break it down. Because I want you to stop thinking about the CEO role like it's only about business. Being the CEO of your life means leading with intentionality. Whether you're running a company, raising a family, or building the next version of yourself. Now, here's the thing. When I coach my clients, leaders, I teach them that there are two sides to the CEO framework, personal and business. For your life, the framework is clarity. What do you want? What's yours to build? Alignment is you're living in agreement with your values. I like to call it living out loud. And you're living not just based on your obligations, but your values. And then discipline, you ask the question, are you consistently showing up for the life that you say you want? Can you see your future self today? But for business or career, the framework looks like this. If you look at your business, you're looking at your mission. What are you here to do? What's the deeper purpose of the work that you bring to the world? Strategy. Are your goals and plans clear, integrated, and focused? And then tactics. Are you putting your energy into the right actions that's actually moving the needle? See how these things mirror each other. The clarity for your personal and the clarity for your business. And that's because both are necessary. Because if you're winning at business, but you're losing yourself in the process, that's not success. That's survival. This framework is about living in your clarity. So you're not out here wearing 12 hats, shrinking in rooms that you prayed to be in, and feeling like an imposter in your own life. See, alignment isn't just about work-life balance or time management. No. It's about authentic living. It's about making sure your schedule, your relationships, your money, and your energy are telling the same story. You can say, this is who I am, and this is what I'm here to do. That's having alignment. Because your next level, it's not going to come from grinding harder. It's going to come when you declutter your life, own your values, and lead with alignment, intentionality, not exhaustion. not exhaustion. Your life should not be exhausting you. So let's go a little deeper. I remember juggling like speaking gigs, coaching clients, my own family obligations, and then trying to launch 2 programs at once. My calendar looked like I was productive, but in my spirit, I was overwhelmed. So I stopped. I prayed. I decluttered. I cleared my desk. I cleared my mind. And I cleared my expectations. And as soon as I did, new opportunities, new people, and new ideas started flooding in, flowing like a river, just flooding in. And I promise you, when you're cluttered, mentally or physically, you don't just block your energy. Yep, you block your blessings. And you don't want to block your blessings. Clarity starts when you release the hustle, right? Clarity means coming into agreement with the purpose and gifts God designed in you. Not in me, but in you. It's not about having all the answers. It's not about making space to hear the ones already inside of you. It is about making space to hear the ones that is inside of you. You can't invite your next level into your life, into the room that's full of stuff and people that no longer serve you. So you have to clean off your desk. You have to cancel meetings you said yes to out of guilt. Say no to the hustle and learn to say yes to peace. You have to learn to protect your peace. That goes to the rhythm of clarity, alignment, and discipline. This is the rhythm I live, and this is the rhythm I coach. Clarity is the vision. What do I want? What am I building? What is the vision of my future self that I knew when I was a child? Alignment is the strategy. I'm challenging myself to think, do my habits, my energy, and my schedule really reflect what I want? Am I inviting in who I say I am? And then discipline is the delivery. Some people call it manifestation, but it's action. Am I showing up daily to walk it out? See, discipline is not a punishment. It's activated faith. Activated faith. Yeah, let's talk about belief. Because what you believe is what really sets the tone for how you lead. There's a saying by Henry Ford that says, whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. If you think you can do it, you can. If you think you can't, you won't. So either way, you're right. But listen, he wasn't really wrong. It's a powerful statement about mindset because your thoughts will shape your outcomes. Our thoughts shape our outcomes. I'm in this too. But here's the thing I know for sure. If you stop at that level, you'll spend your life seeking evidence to confirm what you already think is possible. That's what the brain does. It filters out everything that doesn't match your expectations. But activated faith goes deeper. It stands in conviction, not just belief. It says, I may not have a full plan, but I know in my spirit, the vision is real. And see, this is where Jeremiah 29:11 comes in. For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you, not to harm you. That's not just scripture. That's a divine strategy. Faith like that lets you keep moving, even when you don't know all the steps. It lets you act intuitively, but with intention. Because you're not just hoping, you know. You're not just hoping. It's already done in your spirit. You're just catching up with it in real time. And yes, your discipline, that's the evidence. Those are the receipts. That's the receipt that you can trust the vision enough to work for it before you see it. Faith. activated faith. Now, we can talk science too. Let's take a moment, a minute to talk science. There's a part of your brain called the reticular activating system. And what it does is filter in the information you deem important. So when you set your mind on something, clarity, alignment, purpose, suddenly you start noticing opportunities and connection and resources you used to miss. It's like when you want to buy a car and suddenly every time you go by, you see a Lexus and you see the gray Lexus that you were looking at. That's not a coincidence. That's cognitive alignment. But for me, it's also faith confirmation. You do the work, you stay aligned, you walk in discipline. What you need, whether it's financial, human resources, emotional, or spiritual, whatever it is, it starts to find you. Because you're not just building based on effort, you're building based on vision, on activated faith, and carried by alignment. That's the power of living like the CEO of your life. CEO of your life is a beautiful thing because belief and faith in what you expect to happen, what you know will happen, drives clarity. Now, here's what I coach my clients to say. Say, I have some ideas rather than I don't know. I'm noticing what I want rather than I don't see a way to make it happen. I trust that clarity is unfolding. I know I'll know what I need when I need it. You don't need full clarity. You just need to take the first step. Just the first step. So I want to give you a challenge, a 5-day challenge, where day 1 is clearing mental clutter. Write down all the swirling thoughts. Ask yourself, is this helping me? And then on day 2, do a calendar clutter. Review your week. Cancel or reschedule anything that does not reflect your future. And then on day 3, declutter your physical space. Declutter one space, your desk, your closet, or even your purse, saying, I'm cleaning space for what I know is coming. Day 4 is a digital detox. Unfollow, not me, unsubscribe, not me, or unplug. And then day 5 is emotional. Write a forgiveness letter to yourself or someone else. This is a simple 1-week reset. And as alignment, it's an action. This is how you make space for the vision that's important to you. This is how you do the things that make your heart sing. Yeah. But here's a deeper issue for many high performers. Many high performers feel stuck, not because they're incapable, but because they're still making decisions based on the old version of themselves. That's what you have to release, the old version, and look for your future self. So ask yourself, who am I now? And what does the next version of me no longer tolerate? Ask yourself, challenge yourself to think about, where are you shrinking? Where am I shrinking out of a habit, not humility, right? That's clarity. What I want you to do is to think about putting that faith in action. Faith in action is strategic patience. Now, for my faith-driven folks who are really aligning with me, understand that faith without strategy is chaos. And strategy without faith is control. You're not doing either one anymore. So step into strategic patience. You don't have to chase. You need to attract. And alignment is how you become more magnetic to what's already yours. Patience. The power of peace brings the power of patience. So I'll never forget this moment. I was sitting on a big decision for months. I had the potential to shift everything, my career, my peace, my purpose, but I was afraid. Not because I didn't believe in the vision, but because I couldn't see the how. I kept praying for strategy, for clarity, for confirmation, the things that I'm telling you. And then one morning I felt this conviction just kind of rise up in me. And it said, in my God voice. You keep asking for direction, but you haven't made space to hear it. Woo, yes, that was the truth I didn't want, but I needed it. So I did what I always do when I need to clear the noise, clear my mind. I took a walk. I was on the pavement. That's what I call it. My pavement meditation. Outside just does something for me. But I think it's because that's where God meets me. And I asked one simple question. What do I already know is true? What do I already know is true? And as I walked, verses started coming to mind. Not just in theory, but like mile markers, guiding me back to myself. Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you. That was my anchor. God's got the blueprint. I just need to follow the assignment. Proverbs 16:3. Commit your work to the Lord, and your plans will be established. That reminded me that alignment is the goal, not approval, not perfection. Colossians 3:23-24. Work heartily as for the Lord. That was the reminder to keep my efforts sacred, to work in excellence. Because how I show up, that is my worship. That is my brand. Show up in excellence. Those weren't just scriptures. That was my strategy session with God. By the time I got back to the house, I didn't have every detail, but I had my answer. And more importantly, I had my peace. The clarity didn't come before I moved. I had to move. I had to take action. It came because I moved. It was confirmation that it was time to be courageous and trust that the next steps, the right people, and the provision, it would all unfold as I walked it out. Sometimes it's just that simple. Yeah, because sometimes clarity doesn't show up until you do something. Repeat after me. Let's do this. Let's do this together. Repeat after me. I don't need more hustle. I need more alignment. I have permission to release what no longer fits the vision of my life. I am not waiting for clarity. I'm making space for it. My faith fuels my discipline. My discipline activates my future. I am the CEO of my life, and I lead from peace, not pressure. Write those down. Write those down. Here's the final assignment for you, though, because I want you to walk away from this conversation ready to do something. Declutter, number one. Not just your stuff, but your standards, your schedule, and your story. I want you living your values. Number two, define. Define what matters now. What season are you in, and what's the lesson that takes you forward? Number three, decide. What's the next action your future self will thank you for? And do that. You don't need to wait for a breakthrough. You need to get in alignment and lead from it. Lead from the front of your life. Clarity isn't a lightning bolt. It's a rhythm. It's a flow. And when you pair that rhythm with discipline and faith, that's when you become unstoppable. That's when you become the CEO of your life. You are the CEO of your life. Act like it.